It said actually virtual banking, but I think we're going to be discussing about a new banking experience done by Bank Audi. We probably offer, I'm not going to go through the products and services because we have everything there is. We offer cars, loans, services, branches, small branches, big branches, every kind of branch. So basically what Bank Audi offers is that people who have money, we find a product for them that actually suits their needs. And people who don't have money and need money, we also have a product for them. And people who don't have money and don't need money, we actually usually find a product for them too. So the variety was huge. And we were keep on developing products and services to every single person. But we wanted to change that. We wanted to come and open a blank new page and start listening to our customers and adapt an alternative approach of how we can actually service them. So we brought in a bunch of customers from young, old, rich, poor, 15-year-olds to 50-year-olds and asked them, what do they want to do? What would their wish list be? And how would they like to interact with the bank? And how would they like to proceed? So we built a bunch of functionalities of those wishing functionalities, let's say, that they wanted to, how they want to interact with the bank. After that, we bought a bunch of bankers to change those functionalities into processes. We alternated what they wanted into changing them into efficient yet simple processes, not the similar way we do in banking, but in a totally alternative way, how people would like to interact with the bank. Now we had the system, so we had to develop a user interface around it in order for them to support those requirements in a way where the customer is actually in charge, where he can actually be in charge of his banking requirements in a very simple yet smooth transition. What customers wanted to do was, it was very weird. People wanted to be in charge to select their products and services, and they want to be in charge of how they want to do their banking, but yet they wanted to be able to ask a question whenever they wanted to interact with the bank. So they wanted kind of like this virtual guy just standing next to them, and they can ask them, but they don't want the virtual guy to be actually bothering them. So we had to integrate a very strong communication platform to allow them to actually talk to a back office advisor. Okay, and what we built was the first back office, the video banking back office in the region. So where people can actually, while they're interacting, they will be able to call any customer service officer in a back office location and ask them a question at the click of a button. Now, the system that we were building required a very strong management tool. So we built a tangible asset management system to manage this entire interface in a click of a button on all types of devices, portals, and user interfaces. Okay, to complement this, we placed finally the architecture around it to complement this system. So we had the product and the experience, the user interface, the functionalities, and then when a customer wants to come into the bank, we wanted to actually complement it with a proper architectural structure to deliver it. So this system that we built allowed us to offer multiple retail products. We developed so many of them, but I'll be sharing 4 of them today with you, which was actually released by Bank Audi. So we had 4 modular products. The first product that we built was an interface, which was the content. The content will be able, it shows all the varieties of products and services of the bank in a touch screen, and a dual touch screen where people can interact with the bank, view their cards, products, services, loans, interact, do simulations, and eventually actually call an advisor and ask them a question should they want to proceed. The second product was the information station, a dual touchscreen, which has the content enabled in it. And the product basically can be actually deployed in multiple locations. It can be deployed within our branches, in off-site locations, where whenever we want them to interact in a different way and view our services. The third product we built was the advisory room. It's a private advisory room where a customer can walk in and do all their banking requirements. It has actually an electronic signature device that can capture the customer's signature for authentication purposes. And it has the printing capabilities, it has the product services, and it has a live video conference feed with a subject matter expert based on the requirements of the person. Okay, and lastly, the video banking center that we built. The video banking sector, basically we have agents that are sitting in a centralized location, subject matter experts that know anything you want about banking, from any kind of products that you want to any kind of cards that you want. And eventually, We call it as a product, but today we use it through the information station or the advisory room. In the future, customers will be allowing them to actually call from home. So while they're doing their online banking, and should they have any question when they're viewing our products and services, if they have any question, on a click of a button, they will have a Bank Audi advisor appear in front of them and actually have a live interaction, either through chatting or via video banking, and be able to actually service them. So once we started off by a prototype by combining those 4 different products that we built that we're going to actually launch. The user interface, for example, the content will be launched through multiple platforms. It will be on iPads, phones, on the internet where people can see them. The video conferencing will be on online banking and across all the branches in Bank Audi, where you can speak to an advisor right on the spot without actually having to wait. The information station will be across all branches. Information stations will be installed to allow customers to interact with our products and services in a much better way. And finally, the advisory rooms can be located and will be located in branch lobbies where people can access those advisory rooms and conduct banking after hours when the branch is actually closed. So the combination of all these products is what we created the Novo experience, adding the operational side to it, which was second generation ATMs. They're quite old in the region, but it was a little bit new in Lebanon, allowing cash and check deposit functionalities. So if you look at the experience, which I'm going to share with you in a second, you'll be able to actually view the products and services. You get the information that you require on our information center, and then you can go inside the room, conduct your regular banking transactions as you do in the branch via virtual video conferencing. And then lastly, if you want to do a transaction, you can go to the ATMs where you can actually cash deposit, check deposit, or cash withdrawal, and do all the regular banking transactions, the transfers, the payments, and the refills of the cards and everything. I'm going to share with you a 2-minute video that actually summarizes all of this in a live environment.
We're going to permanently change your lives, and technology becoming an essential part of our lives. We bring you today our latest innovation. Novo by Audi. Novo is a new world full of simple interactive banking solutions created with a new mind. Let's see how important is to control and simplify space for you. These information stations were designed with 2 multi-touch interactive screens to facilitate your navigation. The screens allow you to browse through the various products and services and look through a large selection of cards and notes of all kinds. Let's say you're interested in buying a car. With Novo, all you need to do is input the amount of down payment you'd like to make, along with the monthly payments and specify the loan period, and Novo will suggest to you the various car models that fit your criteria. You can then look at the detailed specifications of the car selected. Once you make up your mind, you can either apply for the car loan, save the simulation, or share it across various social media platforms. If at any point you need help, you can have a live conversation with a Bank Audi advisor by simply using our video conferencing facility. You can also ask the advisor and looking for more privacy and conduct all your media transactions. In addition to the video conferencing facility, the room is equipped with all the necessary technology to allow you to complete any application or transaction on the spot. If you need to withdraw or even deposit cash, you can now do so yourself anytime by using our latest generation ATMs. Even if you have checks for deposit, you can also do so yourself on these ATMs and take a receipt that contains a scanned picture of the checks. The new world full of simple interactive banking solutions is now at your disposal. Novo by Audi. Now in cinema, soon everywhere.
One more thing. Since its launch in January, It's a single location, as we saw. It's in City Mall right now. Since its launch in January, a little bit over 3 months, we've had over 40,000 interactions with Novo, 18,000 video conference calls. We had 2,000 applications that were submitted via the system, and taking into account that it's still in a single location. The impact of Novo and the beauty of it is that each model, each product can be actually deployed independently and it's not related to each other. It actually takes us 24 hours to assemble a complete Novo and place it in any kind of location and have it fully functional. And it takes us 6 hours actually to remove one, which is quite a virtual branch. And we actually wanted to assemble a small version of it here in ArabNet. So hopefully we'll have one tomorrow, actually assembled in the main hall. It will have an information station, a fully functional ATM, a video conference capabilities, providing all the banking features of Bank Audi in a single 30-meter square setup. And this is before we actually go online and allowing customers to do them at the comfort of their homes. So the beauty of it is to put the customers in charge of their banking facilities, to be able to view all the products and services whenever they want to, and to be in control by selecting even the houses. Let's say a house price, I'm looking for a certain product. I just don't want to look at the financing part of it, but I want to continue the entire process by eventually giving and finding the right house that actually fits my requirements. And this is what the Novo experience is about, fulfilling customers' desires and built in a very friendly user interface, allowing probably a 15-year-old child or a 55-year-old man be able to utilize it, and both having a positive experience in it. Thank you.